Hello. It is Saturday evening. I almost said July. Wishful thinking. January 3rd. Um, this really won't be quick. There wasn't a whole lot going on today, but I did want to get on and talk about some of the developments in the uh, patent process. I did hear from the attorney. And his assessment is that he understands what we're trying to do with the separate pieces, the bra being one, and then the architecture being another. But he wants to wait until we have the drawings because the drawings that we have right now, those preliminary drawings, they don't show the detail of that architecture. It's described in the text, but the drawings don't have any real detail on that. And since I'm kind of pushing to have this provisional patent application have more data, more detail than what is normally in a patent, a provisional patent, then he wants to wait. Excuse me. And I'm fine with that fundamentally because I do think that we need to have some very specific information in there. We did get some of that from the textile expert, which the attorney hasn't seen that yet because I want to run that filter through the designer to make sure that both of them are on the same page and agree on the best approach for that architecture. Excuse me, I don't know where this is coming from. So, um, we're gonna wait for that. But just like I was talking about yesterday, it's money. Money is just, I haven't even gotten my deposit from the contract yet, and it's already gone. All of it, every bit of it. And I have not, don't have everything I need. So that's just something that's got to be figured out. Every month I say, well, next month will be easier. Next month will be easier. And they're not easier. I don't have a solution, but I will, because the designer needs to be paid before they can release that next set of drawings. The textile expert will likely run up some additional hours with the follow-up that I sent for him. I still have to pay the attorney the other half of the patent application for that when I file it. So that piece alone is about, for all three of them, it's about $5,000, which isn't a lot when you have it. But when you don't, it feels like $5 million. So I really have to get active and get the classes going so that I have an additional stream of income coming in that is something that's more controllable on my end because just waiting for this monthly payment is not going to work. I have too much that's going on in this first quarter to uh, just wait until I get this payment. Even though that payment is a regular payment, it's dependable, it's not in jeopardy at all, but I need something that's, if I need more money, I can generate more money from it versus this, uh, what do I want to say? It's a flat rate payment that comes in. There's no opportunity to get more money out of it uh, at all. So that's why I've gotta start doing those classes, start doing things that generate income on my end that is fully controlled by me. So if I need more, I do more. So if I hold a class with 25 people in it, excuse me, maybe I hold a class with 35 people in it if I need more money, or I hold those classes more often than what I'm doing. I'm not doing any right now, but I've got to start. So that's that. I did a couple of posts today, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not scheduled to do the article again until Wednesday. I might have to do that Tuesday because I'm traveling Wednesday on to the retreat in Hawaii, which I'm still working on that rewrite to make sure I have the content ready at a state that it's good for her to take a look at it and see how it's doing. Chapter two, I think is good. I think we can kind of put the stamp on that one, but what has been happening is I'll get to chapter three and then I'll get to chapter four and then I'll do something in chapter four that requires me to go back to chapter two and rewrite chapter two or incorporate it somehow in chapter two, which then affects something in chapter three. So it's a little bit of that back and forth, but it's good because it's getting fine-tuned down to something that I feel really good about. Um, I don't think there's anything yet going on with the AI agency. They've received the email, they're looking it over. I'm not pushing that because I don't have the bandwidth, to be honest with you. Uh, but that's another revenue stream. That will be a easy have the webinar, sign some people up, and essentially I hand it off to the tech people and they do all the work. So that might be the next thing over the classes. That might be a little bit more immediate revenue stream versus the classes. We'll see. One of the two. One of the two. I gotta find that time though. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with this throat thing. What else? They have the data to try to make sure Dorothy can do private messaging or some form of private messaging because that's a huge feature, and I wouldn't feel right launching the platform without that capability. Even though right now there's nobody on the platform, they're still working on that. Excuse me. Hopefully, I'll find out tomorrow if the uh, solution that Claude presented and laid out for them was workable. What else? I've got to get my clone. I'm going to do that. I probably won't do it tonight just because you have to be in a, um, what do I want to say, in a state, you have to be dressed essentially. You have to look the way you want your videos to look. And I'm not going to do a whole bunch of videos in my Snuggie. So I won't do it tonight. Uh, I don't even know if I'll do it tomorrow. I have so much to do. We'll see. But that's what's going on in the business. That's what's going on. I came across something today called engaged detachment, which is the principle of being present and only dealing with what's going on right now and not projecting your, excuse me, your emotions and anxiety into the future and just release the outcome. Excuse me, focus on the input, not the outcome. So I'm going to be doing some reading up on that tonight, and get there because that sounds very intriguing, very interesting, and like exactly what I need so that I'm not so focused on what happens after I put all this together and leapfrogging past what's going on right now. We'll see how I'll keep you up to date on how that goes, but um, that's it. Can you tell I really want to be done tonight so that I can go down and watch American Greed and just relax? That's what I really want to do. This stuff is mentally exhausting. The finance part is mentally exhausting. Every moment there's an email that pops up with something else that requires money. So that's in my head, and it's making me a little tired till I figure it out. So there you go. I'm done. See ya.